Good morning, everyone. Let's continue the second chapter in that Indian historiography, various ideological framework that we have to study today. In that first concept is given colonial historiography. Let's start. The early scholars who studied and wrote Indian history were mainly British officers and Christian missionaries. Their prejudice is clearly reflected in the way some of them have ridiculed Indian culture. Now see here children, our Indian history writing process that was started by the British officers and Christian missionaries. Christian missionaries means to spread the Christian religion. Some Christian priest and pope they came and they had started to write about our Indian history. They were their prejudice means what, that first I will clear. To influence somebody, that he or she has unreasonable or unfair opinion about somebody something, that is the meaning. So their prejudice is clearly reflected in the way some of them have ridiculed Indian culture. Some of the British and the Britishers and the Christian missionaries in their writing, their prejudice opinion, it has clearly seen because they have ridiculed Indian culture, they have shown inferior to our Indian culture. Their writing were used to justify the colonial British rule. The intention behind their writing, it was clearly seen because they want to spread their colonial British power, British rule in our India. The 5 volumes of Cambridge History of India published during 1922 to 1937 CE Common Era are distinct examples of the colonial historiography. So 5 volumes of Cambridge History of India that was published in during 1922 to 1937 of the Common Era, and that is the good best example that was showing their colonial historiography. Now children, Orientalist historiography. What is the Orientalist historiography? First you try to understand the meaning of Orientalist. Many European scholars felt curious about civilization and countries of the East. Some of those scholars felt admiration and respect for them. These scholars were known as Orientalists. So, from the European scholars, many scholars they were feeling curious, excited to know about the civilization and the Eastern countries, their tradition, their life means their lifestyle, culture. So they want to know the history of Eastern countries, and these scholars they were having respect about about Eastern countries tradition, history, etc. So these scholars they were known as the Orientalists. The Orientalists studied the similarities between the Sanskrit and some of the European languages. They focused more on Vedic tradition and Sanskrit literature. So these Orientalists they have started their study from finding out the similarities between the Sanskrit and the European languages, because Sanskrit language is the it is considered as the oldest language, and they have focused on the Vedic tradition also. And why? Because Vedic tradition is also considered as the oldest tradition. They have started their study to find out the information about the Sanskrit literature, to know the Sanskrit literature. So they have given their focus on it. Their studies resulted into formulating the nation of an ancient language that could be the mother of all Indo-European languages. So they came to conclusion that there could be the ancient language that could be the mother of Indo-European languages. In the year 1784, Sir William Jones founded Asiatic Society in Kolkata. It opened the doors for research in ancient Indian literature and history. So, Sir William Jones, he has founded the Asiatic Society in Kolkata. That was the very good opportunity for the historians, for the scholars to do the research on our Indian literature and our Indian history. Amongst the Orientalist scholars, Friedrich Max Müller deserves a special mention. In his opinion, Sanskrit was the most ancient language of Indo European languages. He was deeply interested in Sanskrit literature. Friedrich Max Müller, he was a German historian, and he was thinking that Sanskrit language is the most ancient language, and he was deeply interested in the Sanskrit literature. He first translated the Sanskrit text of Hitopadesh into German language. He was the editor of 50 volumes of the sacred books of the East. My Friedrich Max Müller, he has edited 50 volumes of the sacred book of the East. He also compiled the Rig Veda, which has been published in 6 volumes. So Rig Veda, that text he has translated in German language, and he has published that text into 6 volumes. Lately, Edward Said, a scholar who has re-evaluated the Orientalist writing, has thrown light on the imperialistic interest of Orientalist scholars. Later, another historian, Edward Said, that scholar, he has re-evaluated the Orientalist writing. Means he was showing that he has thrown the light on the ambition, means what was the reason behind writing of the Orientalist scholar. So according to the Edward Said, he was thinking that there was a imperialistic interest behind that, means to spread the imperial power, to maintain the imperialistic relation. With that objective, they has written these Orientalist historiography. So I hope you understood these 2 concepts which we have studied today. Tomorrow we will study the nationalistic historiography. Thank you very much.